Hello everybody, I'm Steve and welcome to Green Side Up. I'm just sat here going to pot on these brassicas this morning. They need doing, and I just thought I'd bring to your attention a couple of people who are doing really well on YouTube, and I think they'll be of benefit to you if you go and have a look at them. Now, it'd be no surprise, I know most of you know a guy called Tony Smith, and Tony's helped me enormously over the last year, and he's helped me with a lot of the background stuff as well. And I love the guy to bits for it, you know. He's absolutely brilliant. If you don't know Tony, I'll put a link underneath and go and check him out. He's the missing part of your life that you're missing. But anyway, I want to help. I want to pay that forward, and I want to help 3 other guys, and I've asked them to do little videos. I mean, basically I've pushed them and I've said, look, do me a 3-minute video telling me all about yourself and your plot. So if the footage is a little bit shaky or a little bit rushed, you'll understand why. But it's to get these people in front of you so that you can go and see them. You can go and subscribe to their channels, go and have a look at them, because they're all there on merit. They're all here on merit. And I think that the majority of people who are subscribing to this channel now will benefit from going and seeing them. So I'll run through this video and I'll put a link in between each one, and we'll go from there. Now, these little trees I've got here are fruit tree rootstocks, and the idea with these is I want to graft my own trees. I want, what are they called, cordon fruit trees, nice big long rows of them eventually, and it's something I've only ever been present and seen to done. I've never actually done myself, so although I know the principles of it and how to do it, I went onto YouTube to search for someone with a bit more experience. And that's where I found Woody. Now, Woody lives just down the coast from me. He's in Cumbria, and his channel is the Cumbrian Homestead. And here's a little film from Woody. Let him take over. How's that for a segue, fruit trees?
I'm Woody, and this is my allotment, UK Gardening Zone 9. Let's take a look. So the plot is roughly 70 foot by 30 foot thereabouts. I've got 2 greenhouses, 8x6 and a 10x8, and I've got 8 raised beds. They're 8 foot by 4 foot, and then the rest of the plot is divided roughly into 3 beds here, and then behind those we've got a lot of fruit trees which I've grafted myself, a couple of frames for roots. Right at the end there's another multi-grafted fruit tree. This is the composting unit, and there's some soft fruit over there and some more storage here. I am protected by that long hedge, so it does give me some protection from, we get a lot of Atlantic weather systems, so we get quite high rainfall, strong winds. The plot is on a slope, so at times it does present quite a challenge, but you know, I've been here 24 years, so I'm gradually getting accustomed to what works and what doesn't. One of the things that really interests me is grafting fruit trees and growing top fruit. And here we're looking at some of the trees I did last year. So these are 1 year old, and these are on MM106 rootstock. They're principally all cider fruit trees because I'm a hobby amateur cider maker. So here's some more examples inside one of the greenhouses of grafts which I've done just a few weeks ago. Again, principally cider varieties. They're just waiting to be potted up. I do like plant propagation. This is a fig I propagated last year, and again we've just got some peas coming through here, sown in gutters. In the larger greenhouse at the moment there's just overwintering lettuces and some chrysanthemum stools, and again some more rootstocks just over there. So just behind those houses I have 2 other plots that constitute my micro orchard, so I'd just like to conclude this video by giving you a quick look at that. So just a couple of minutes walk away from the allotment is this is my micro orchard, and it's principally 2 allotments together side by side. These are private allotments, they're not town council like the other one. There's about 40 fruit trees on here, mostly apple against cider, and I'm converting slowly. When I first started, I've been on this site about 12 years, I planted trees on a very dwarfing M27 rootstock, and I'm slowly in the process of converting them to M106, so I'll have fewer trees but larger trees. That's the overall plan. You can see I've interspersed it with these are pinks, and also we've got gooseberry bushes dotted around. There's a long rhubarb bed up there and comfrey coming down the sides here. Along these trellises we have loganberries. These are gooseberry bushes here. This is another soft fruit bed with a mixture of autumn and summer fruiting raspberries, thornless blackberries. These are 2 multi-grafted pear trees. So that's pretty much the site. So I'd like to say thanks very much. I hope you enjoyed that whistle stop tour.
So Woody's got a lot going on his plot with all that orchard and his apples and his cider making. And he does a lot of other stuff as well, so it's well worth going and having a look at. Right, I'm hearing when we need polytunnels going here, and somebody else I know who's putting a new polytunnel up soon. It's on order, coming soon, is Mark. And here's a little film from Mark. Enjoy.
Hello folks, my name is Mark and this is my allotment plot here in Linlithgow in Scotland. You can tell we're in Scotland and it's springtime because I've got my jacket zipped up and my hat on, and it's about -2 at the moment according to the car on the way here. We're having overnight temperatures of about -3, -4 still, so there's not a lot out at the moment until the weekend comes and those temperatures start going back up again into springtime there. I took this plot on around about 12 months ago and it was an absolute mess, covered in weeds and all sorts of stuff hiding in the soil from one end to the other. It's slowly but surely getting transformed into something that looks like a respectable allotment. So what I'll do is I'll pop you onto the handheld, I'll give you a quick tour around, show you how it's looking, and I'll show you the bits and pieces that we've still got left to do and some of the projects that we've got on the go. Back with you in just a second there. Okay, so the plot is pretty much split into 2 halves. Over here on the right hand side, this is your traditional dug bed sort of half, apart from these few palette colours that have just gone in and we need to get some material to pop in them. Moving swiftly on, this is the rhubarb here. It's actually usually looking pretty great, but because of that freezing cold weather we've got now, it's about -2 at the moment. It's looking a little sad for itself, but in an hour or two, that'll look absolutely right as rain. Moving on. Potato beds covered up with fleece at the moment. It's still too cold for them going out here. This real cold snap we're in at the moment of -4, -3 overnight. That's gonna change at the weekend and we'll get the potatoes put out on Saturday there. Moving swiftly on, 3 dug beds where the brassicas and the onions and things go in. And down at the bottom here, this is a big project that we've got going on. Over this side, this is going to be the polytunnel where it's been dug over. We've got one on order from First Tunnels. It's been on order for about 2 weeks now. So I'm hoping that within the next week, that's going to be delivered and we can start getting that built. As such, this end here, this is just a bit of a mess. It's all covered over. It's waiting for something to be done with it. In the corner there, we're going to have a pond and a wildlife area. And once the polytunnel's in and we can see how it's all looking, I'm going to see about getting some more beds dug where the weed fabric is. Over here, this side, this is where we've gone sort of full-on Charles Dowding on this side. We've got the pallet collar raised beds and it's all no dig, so the cardboard's been put in there and the composting material on top. In the few beds at the front there, we've just got shallots and garlic growing. The double height ones at the back, that's going to be for things like carrots, parsnips, leeks and that sort of stuff as the season goes on. The big bed over there, that's going to be full of beetroot because we can do loads of stuff with it. But we had lettuce in there last year and we grew far too much lettuce, more lettuce than the 3 of us could ever use. So it's going to be beetroot this year. Swiftly on down here, we've got the bean frame. They're looking okay again. They're looking a bit sad because of the overnight temperatures. We've got the fabric around it there protecting it because the rabbits are a right pain around here and we don't want them getting munched on. This area back here, there's the pond that's going to go down the other end there. This is going to be, I'm going to build a PTP here. So when my wee boy Robbie comes up, he's got somewhere to camp out in and we're going to grow the peas at the same time. Followed swiftly by a flower bed that's just covered over at the moment. And again, we've got the strawberries here right at the very end. And we've got this blank area here. And once I've got some sand from B&M, these slabs here are going to go over here and we're going to have a nice paved area where I can sit, have a brew and admire all my hard work down the plot there. Right, that's it for today from me folks. Hope you've enjoyed seeing that. We shall see you again on the next one. Bye for now.
So that was Mark up in Barnby, Scotland. not balmy, but balmy, warm. But does it ever get warm in Scotland? I don't know. There's a lot of rain, but anyway, that was enjoyable. I look forward to seeing his putting this polytunnel up, to be honest, because as he said, it's a first tunnels one, and we all know they're like the sort of cream of the crop, really, or one of them. But anyway, I had an email a little while ago from Tony, Tony Smith again, link underneath the video, and he said, Steve, go and have a look at this guy. He's a breath of fresh air. You know, just go and have a look at him. So I went and had a look. An hour later, my missus shouted at me and said, what are you doing? I said, I'm watching videos. I got kind of stuck. So here's JB. Go and have a look at him, and I think you'll probably agree he's a breath of fresh air for YouTube. So please do go and have a look at that.
Hi folks, and welcome to my plot. My name's JB, and at the end of 2019 we took on this plot, and I think fairly successfully we've converted it into a productive allotment. And about a year ago I decided to finally pick up the camera after thinking about it for ages and take people along this journey with me. Just the other day I saw a comment which described my channel as back to basics, which I actually really enjoyed and I think is pretty spot on. Last year was my first year of growing. I'm basically like a complete beginner. So on this channel, you won't really get how-to videos. I do the occasional one if I spot a gap with something that I'm really interested in that no one else has sort of talked about, but for the most part, it's not about how-to. The only thing that I spent any time growing before taking on the allotment was chili peppers. If I had a specialist subject, I think it would be those, and they will be, in maybe just a few weeks, in the greenhouse, hopefully. I also have a bit of a background in habitat management and conservation, so you might see me scrabbling around in areas like this looking for cool insects or bugs, reptiles, and that kind of thing. I love to show those off on the channel where I can. So for the most part, I'm told that I make really nice, chilled, relaxing videos, and that's because I love to just bring you guys along with me to the allotment and share what I've been up to and what I'm working on. And I love doing that. But it doesn't always go to plan. This is just annoying. This is just really stupid and annoying. And I love showing off that side of things as well. I love being as honest as possible in my videos. There was a time not too long ago at the start of last winter where it went really badly wrong. And I really enjoy being able to share that because a lot of people empathise with it. They've been in the same position. You've got life on one hand and the allotment on the other, and sometimes life just gets in the way. So because of that, I am under no illusions about the fact that I'm ever going to have a perfectly manicured, finished plot. It's not going to happen. But I love being up here and I love working on it and learning and making changes and improvements as I go. So I think it's always going to be a bit rough around the edges, but I'm going to be loving working up here. And that's what my videos are really all about.
So that's Woody, Mark and JB. All the links for these guys' channels are underneath the video, Pride of Place. Please go over and subscribe to them, have a look through their videos and get a measure of the guys and the men and the knowledge that they've got, because there's an awful lot there. And the only thing I can think for the future is I can foresee great things for these guys, and if you don't subscribe now, you'll be missing out on that journey of theirs. They're going to get more, much better as they go along, and they're going to become big channels in their own right. And I seriously recommend, from what I can see and how they're progressing and the knowledge that they've got and the work that they've done already, they're going to be absolutely fantastic and big, probably bigger than me, probably bigger than a lot of people. So it's worthwhile now getting in, get to know them, get to know their style, have a look at them and like and comment and all the same sort of stuff that you already all do over here. So that's my advice. Go and have a look at all three of these guys and go and subscribe. And if you can, share this video link on your social media to get the message out there about Woody, Mark and JB. Thanks very much for watching. Please stay safe and I'll see you all very, very soon. Ta-ra now.